Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityaṁ Bhāgavata-sevayā Bhagavati Uttama-shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtaki Durlabhamanasha Deho Dehinam Shanabhangurai Tatrapi Durlabham Manye Vaikuntha Priyadarshina Satam Prasange Mama Virya Samvido Grihanti Ritkarna Rasayana Katha Tajoshanadapavargavartamani Shraddharatir Bhaktiranukramishati Sadhu Sangha Nama Kirtana Bhagavata Shravana Mathura Vasa Shri Murti Shraddhaya Saivana Sakala Sadhana Shrishtai Panchanga Krishna Prema Janmaya Pul Alpera Puna Sangha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, dear worshipable devotees, for joining. Please accept my humble obeisance on Chakal Patrubhyascha Kripasindubhya Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. So we are very, very fortunate that we are getting this chance to read Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam every day. Sometimes if we do something, quite regularly, we may feel, what's the big deal? Like, okay, I brush my teeth every day. What's the big deal? Yes, brushing the teeth is quite a mundane activity and there may not be a big deal. But the tendency of the mind is that it may sometimes, for a conditioned soul like myself, consider Bhagavatam also like brushing the teeth and could consider it mundane. Okay, I have to sit here, open the book and read. But actually, this is not just a material activity. This is a very, very transcendental activity to get a chance to open the book, read the verses which are not different from Krishna, and purify our mind intelligence, purify our existence, and go back home, back to Godhead. Especially in this month of Kartik, which is the month of mercy or Radharani, is no ordinary thing. So all glories to all of you for sincerely reading, hearing, joining, taking part in the transcendental reading of Granth Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Paramananda Pathaya Premavarshyaksharayate Sarvada Sarvasevyaya Krishnaya Namostate. So till yesterday we read till text number 28 of chapter 10, canto 10, chapter 10, canto 10, text 28. We read that. So Nalkur and Manigriv have been delivered, or basically they have come out from their tree body and they have taken their original body. But the first thing they did is offered pranams. And we discuss, so whenever the first time see devotees, deities, any worshipable personality, we bow down, lower our head, fold our palms, and offer pranams. Then comes the next steps, is vandana. So these 29 onwards is basically vandan. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam. These are the 9 limbs of bhakti. And Vandana, these great souls have offered wonderful prayers. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is full of prayers. Prayers of Queen Kunti, prayers of Bhishma, prayers of Vritrasur, prayers of the gopis, prayers of Prachini Barhi, prayers of Dhruva, and So many prayers of Lord Shiva, prayers of Brahma, prayers of Avanti Brahman, prayers of so many, Prahlad. It's full of prayers, and prayers of, in this particular section, Nal Kuber and Manigriva. It's a very, very beautiful verse. Let's try to read it and also try to memorize it, at least this verse. Krishna Krishna Mahayogim Tvamadya Purusha Paraha Vyakta Vyaktam Idam Vishwam Rupam Te Brahmana Viduhu. Everyone can recite. There are only 4 or 5 devotees on call. Maybe everyone can recite and try to memorize it also. I'll do one more time so we read it properly. Krishna Krishna Mahayogim Stvamadya Purusha Paraha Vyakta Vyaktam Idam Vishwam Rupam Te Brahmana Viduhu. Anyone wants to recite? And the goal is to memorize it also by the end of today. Yes, Prabhuji. Please try. Yeah, Prabhuji, you unmuted. You want to try?
बोले मैं बोलूं? हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी.
Yes, please, Boli.
कृष्ण कृष्ण महायोगिस समाध्याय पुरुष पर व्यक्त्या व्यक्तमिदं विश्वरूप रूपम ते ब्राह्मण विदो. हरे कृष्ण.
Anyone else wants to try? Okay, we'll go to the translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. O Lord Krishna, your opulent mysticism is inconceivable. You are the supreme, original person, the cause of all causes, the immediate and remote. Remember, we discussed 2 causes, immediate and remote. And you are beyond this material creation. Learned Brahmanas know, on the basis of the Vedic statement, Sarvam Klava Idam Brahma, that you are everything. You are everything, and this cosmic manifestation in its gross and subtle aspects is your form. Purport: the 2 demigods, Nalkuver and Manigriva, because of their continuing memory, could understand the supremacy of Krishna by the grace of Narada. Now they admitted that we should be delivered by the blessings of Narada Muni was all your plan. Therefore, you are the supreme mystic. Everything past, present, and future is known to you. Your plan was made so nicely that although we stayed here as twin Arjuna trees, you have appeared as a small boy to deliver us. This was all your inconceivable arrangement, because you are the supreme person and you can do everything. Hare Krishna. Let's go word by word also, because you have to memorize this. Krishna Krishna Mahayogim. First line, very simple, right? Krishna Krishna Mahayogim, right? Oh Krishna, oh Lord Krishna, oh my dear Lord Krishna. Twice so it's very clear whom are they addressing. Mahayogi. Yogiyo mein bahut mahan. He is the master of all the yogis. So because he's the source of everyone. So he's the master of yogis or mystics. Tvam means unto you, or referring to Krishna here. Adyaha, Adi. You are the Adi. Adyaha means the cause of everything, the root cause. Adi. Adi Purusham. Govindam. Adi Purusham. Adi Purusha. That's exactly mentioned. Krishna Krishna Mahayogis Tvam Adya Purusha. So that's clear. This Purusha means person. Paraha. Para. Para means he is beyond this material creation. Vyakta Avyaktam. This material cosmic manifestation consisting of cause and effects, gross or subtle. So, Vyakta, Avyakta, cause and effect, gross or subtle. Some things are easily perceptible, some things are more subtle, Avyakta. Idam, this Vishwa, this world, Rupam, form, te, your Brahmana, learned Brahmanas viduhu. So basically, if we paraphrase the last line, the learned Brahmanas, through the scriptures, know that everything, that you are everything. Basically, Krishna, in his indirect expansion, he's everything. Is everything. Andantarasta paramanuchayantarastam. Gross and subtle. Vyakta avyakta. He is grossly and subtly manifested in every aspect. So, Krishna Krishna Mahayogis Tvam Adya Purusha Para. So who are you? Who is Krishna? He is the Mahayogi. He is the Adi Purusha, and he is Para also. And then the next two lines talk about how do the learned Brahmanas know him. Brahmana viduhu Vyakta Vyaktam Idam Vishwam. He is manifested and unmanifested, gross and subtle. Idam Vishwam. In this Vishwa, all the forms, Rupa, this whole Vishwa Rupa is basically his forms, Vyakta and Avyakta. Vyakta Vyaktam Idam Vishwam Rupam Te Brahmana Viduhu. So when we break the verse, when we try to understand what each line is talking about, then it becomes really easy, right? In the first two lines, we're talking about three qualities. Krishna, Krishna. Oh, my dear Krishna. He's the Mahayogi, right? What else is mentioned? Can anyone tell? What are the three things?
Yogeshwar.
Mahayogi. I mean, yes, we covered that. Mahayogi is same as Yogeshwar, but I'm looking for the exact words. We're trying to remember the words. Verse. Mahayogi. So he's the best of the yogis. What are the other two things mentioned? Tvam. You are. Adya Purusha. He is the Adi Purusha, the supreme, the original, the primeval, the cause of all causes. Tvam Adya Purusha. And what's the last word we discussed? Para. Para. Tvam Adi Purusha Para. Para means pare. Is par jana, par karna. To par karna, material word. Pare means para. Parastasmat. Para means beyond. And the next two lines talk about how Brahmana Vidu. Vidu means to know. Brahmana, the intelligent, learned Brahmanas, how do they know? Vyakta Avyaktam. Vyakta Avyaktam. In gross and subtle. This whole Rupa, Vishwarupa. Idam Vishwarupam Te Brahmana Viduhu. Vyakta Vyaktam Idam Vishwam Rupam Te Brahmana Viduhu. Krishna Krishna Mahayogims Tvam Adya Purusha Paraha Vyakta Vyaktam Idam Vishwam Rupam Te Brahmana Viduhu. Right? We have to little bit, put pressure here. By first seeing and repeating, then not seeing and repeating, understanding the flow, then it gets easy. Now more devotees have joined, or those who joined a little bit later. What we are doing is trying to, understand this verse and memorize this verse. So maybe one or two can see and repeat, and then others can try to repeat without seeing. That would be very nice. Is everyone like got the structure, everything, like what's going on in this verse? Okay, so Dhir Prabhu can repeat.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Krishna Krishna Mahayogim Tvam Adya Purusham Paraha Vyakta Vyaktam Idam Vishwam Rupam Te Brahmana Vidu. Thank you.
You memorize it almost?
Almost, Prabhuji.
Almost. Good, good. Anyone else wants to try to recite? You can see and recite, or you can not see and recite, whatever is easy.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Krishna Krishna Mahayogi Istva Madhyam Purusha Para Vyakta Vyaktam Idam Vishwam Rupam Te Brahmana Vidu. Hare Krishna.
Very
Prabhuji.
nice. Very nice. Let's try to do it without also. Krishna Krishna Mahayogim Tvam Adya Purusha Paraha. We can do these actions also. This helps us, Tvam, unto you, Purusha, right? Form, Adi Purusha, Paraha, right? This helps us, to in our learning, in our understanding. Tvam, referring to you. Para means beyond, right? Vyakta avyaktam idam, this whole Vishwarupam. Vyakta vyaktam idam Vishwam Rupam Te Brahmana Viduhu. Right? Do you think it helps? So we understand the meaning also. This will help in our Sanskrit vocabulary. This will help in our understanding. So we don't just cram verses, we try to understand also, and then apply it and share also. It's a beautiful prayer by Nalkur and Manigriva, text 29. Any thoughts, comments? Anyone has any questions?
This helps a lot, Prabhuji, what you mentioned, how we can easily memorize by understanding the words. It is, when I heard this, I was thinking about Pahi Pahi Mahayogin. It is similar. Thank you.
Yeah, you can share that verse.
Pahi Pahi Mahayogin. Pahi Pahi Mahayogin.
Deva Deva.
Deva Deva Jagatpate Nanyam. It had been a while for me, sorry. Nanyam
Yatra Abhayam Pashyam.
Abhyam Pashyam. Yeah.
Yatra Mrityu Parasparam.
Yeah.
So Mata Uttara speaks that verse. Therefore, we have to keep revising also, and which we try to do here, but there are a lot of small books also available like this. So whenever we are traveling, or even we can keep it, near our desk and just open through some verses, even randomly, or what we have, we can make our notebook or online or something. Whatever verse you like, put in that, put in your online notebook or something so that you can refer to it if you like it. See, if you like a verse, if you, it's because Gauranga Darshan Prabhu says, if you have to fall in love with that verse. So if you fall in love with that verse, then you will remember it. A little bit effort is certainly required. Nothing comes without the effort. This is Damodar month, right? We all know that. When Krishna saw the effort of Mata Yashoda, then he gave himself, not without the effort. So if Krishna sees, oh, my devotee is sincerely trying to remember this verse, he will give the intelligence with which we can, remember. Lakshya Prabhu can tell a verse which tells that Krishna gives intelligence, right? A verse which says Krishna gives intelligence, or he's a source of intelligence, he's a source of remembrance. from Bhagavad Gita 15:15. Sarvasya chaham.
Vidisa no mata
Smriti jnanamapo.
Vaidescha Vaidyo Apo Vedanta Krita Vedevacha.
Good. You have to practice. Please practice the rest of the days you have. Whatever verses you have memorized from Gita. Take 10 minutes. If you quickly read the 50 verses, keep the handout in front of you. You have learned you got the 50 verse certificate, right? Or 25? How many you got? 50?
50.
You got the 50. Yeah, if you keep that, reciting those 50 verses will take less than 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, you can recite all the verses once you have it. And if you do that every day or every alternate day, then you'll become very sharp in intelligence, in bhakti, and everything. So please try, okay? So those who like can learn this beautiful verse, the first prayer of Alkuir Manigriva. Let's go to the next. Yes, 30, 31. Yes, who wants to read?
I can try. Okay.
Yeah.
Lakshaprabhu, please go ahead. I think he raised the hand.
Okay, you can read the next one. Lakshaprabhu, yeah, please.
Tvameka Sarvabhutanam Dehasva Atman Swara Tvam Eva Kalo Bhagavan Vishnur Avyaya Ishvara Tvamana Prakriti Shukshma Raja Sattva Tamomayi Tvam Eva Purusho Adhyaksha Sarva Kshetra Vikaravit. Translation. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the control of everything, the body, life, ego, and senses of every living entity are your own self. You are the Supreme Person, Vishnu, the imperishable controller. You are the time factor, the immediate cause, and you are the material nature, consisting of the three modes of passion, goodness, and ignorance. You are the original cause of this material manifestation. You are the supersoul, and therefore you know everything within the core of the heart of every living entity. Purport. Sripada Madhvacharya has quoted from the Vamana Purana as follows: Rupyatva tu jagarupam Vishnu saksat Shukarmakam Nitya Purnam Samudistam Swarupam Paramatmanaha. Hare Kṛṣṇa Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Lakshaprabhu, for reading this nice verse. So basically, Krishna's omnipresence, omniscience, omnipotence, he's all present, everywhere present. He's all intelligent, all beautiful, all knowledgeable. He's everything, basically. He's the controller of everything, as mentioned here. The body, the life, the ego, everything, of every living entity. Sarva bhutanam. Tvam eka sarva bhutanam. Deha atmendriya ishvaraha. You are the Supreme Ishvara. Ishvara Parama Krishna. Satchidananda Vigraha. You are the immediate cause and the remote cause. You are the time factor, Kala. So basically, so many opulences of Krishna are described. You are consisting of the three modes. Basically, all the modes, where do they come from? From Krishna. He's the cause of everything. You're the super soul in everyone's heart. In any verses clicking in anyone's mind, which talks about this point. You're the super soul within the core of heart of every living entity. One we just talk about, 15:15. Sarvasya chaham hridaya sannivishto. Sabke hriday mein baithe hain. This is one of the frequently asked questions in the Gita test, which we do for the kids. Prove with 2 verses from Gita that Krishna sits in the region of heart. So that the one we quoted, 15:15. The next one is from chapter 18. Ishvara sarva bhutanam hriddeshe arjuna tishtati. Hriddeshe arjuna tishtati. Sarva bhutanam, that word comes there also. He is seated in everyone's heart. Sarva bhutanam, as mentioned here. He is seated in everyone's heart. Sarva kshetra vikaravit. Sarva kshetra. The talk about kshetra and kshetragya in Bhagavad Gita comes in which chapter? Anyone recalls this? Kshetra and kshetragya. There are 2 knowers of the field. Kshetra means field. Chapter 15, right? Chapter 15 talks about kshetra and kshetragya. So, what is kshetra? Kshetra means field. Kshetra. Yuddha kshetra. But generally, kshetra refers to field. Krida kshetra is a playground. Kshetra also is ground. Yuddha kshetra. But generally, kshetra means field. So, kshetragya means the knower of the field. And who is the knower? There are 2 knowers. One is the tiny knower, Anuatma, and the other is the big knower, Vibhuatma, or the Paramatma. And that is the Supreme Lord. The difference is, the Anuatma, I know only about myself, only very little. I don't know what, my neighbor is doing at this time or thinking at this time, right? But Krishna knows, not only for my neighbor, but for each and every Atma. This is why he is the Supreme Lord. Okay, so let's read the next verse. Prabhu, you want to read? 32?
Sure, Prabhuji. Mataji wants to read. Is it okay?
Yeah, I think she'll read the few after a while.
Okay. Sure, Prabhuji. I can read. Hare Krishna, everyone. Dhanavad Pranam. Text 32. Grahyamanasya tvam agrahyo vikarai prakritair gunaihi
Prabhuji, sorry.
Please, Prabhu.
No, Prabhu, go ahead.
Ko nev irhati vijannatum prak siddham guna samvrataham. Translation and purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki jai. O Lord, you exist before the creation. Therefore, who, trapped by a body of material qualities in the material world, can understand you? Purport. Atha Śrī Caitanya namadi nabhaved grahyam indriyaha sevan mukti hi jihvado swayam eva spuratya adaham. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Krishna names attributes and form are absolute truth, existing before the creation. Therefore, how can those who are created, that is, those entrapped in bodies created of material elements, understand Krishna perfectly? That is impossible. But sevan mukti hi jivan vado swayam eva spuratya adaha. Krishna reveals himself to those who engaged in devotional service. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 18 chapter 55th verse by the Lord himself. Bhaktya mam abhijayanti. Even the description of Krishna in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam are sometimes misunderstood by less intelligent men with poor fund of knowledge. Therefore, the best course by which to know him is to engage oneself in pure devotional activities. The more one advances in devotional activities, the more one can understand him as he is. If from the material platform one could not understand Krishna, then since Krishna is everything, sarvam kalba idam brahm, one could understand Krishna by seeing anything within the material world, but that is impossible. Mayatam idam sarvam jagat avyakta vritina matastani sarva bhutani nachahantesya avastitaha. Bhagavad Gita 9 chapter 4th verse. Everything is resting on Krishna and everything is Krishna. But this is not to be realized by persons on the material platform. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Very cool. Thank you, Prabhu. Any comments you got? Anything you want to share?
Yes, Prabhuji. I feel like the first line itself, it kind of struck me. People like me who are materially bounded with things, how can I understand that Krishna is there, Krishna is help, Krishna is everything, and Krishna is behind me, who is pushing it, pushing as in sense like taking me every day, making me wake up, or making me do chanting, or making me eat food or do my work. People like me don't understand it, but until unless we really think about or do service, have the consciousness to do the service in his name, that's when one channel that will open up, which will make there is Krishna, Govinda in everyone, and that is where, and that is taking forward. But until unless a person who is materially bounded can never feel it, that there's Govinda or Krishna or Lord who is there, he can is taking us is taking us to the next step. That's and Shiva, sorry. Please add if I missed. Of course, I missed Rohit, but please add more. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, thank you. Prabhupada repeats this point thousands and 10,000s of times, that we cannot understand Krishna through Gyan, Yoga, Vairagya, degrees. The other day someone asked this question, should we try to see Krishna by paying a little extra money, special darshan stuff? Our mood is one quotation which didn't come to my mind that day, but it's coming now. Don't try to see Krishna, try to serve Krishna so Krishna wants to see you. Bhaktisiddhanta Thakurji quoted this. The mood is devotional service. Bhakti means devotional service, practical devotional service, executed with humility, intelligence, perseverance, patience, utsaha, nishchay, dharya. then that's bhakti. That's bhakti yoga. That's devotional service. That's the thing which will bind Krishna. That's the thing which Satyavrat Muni is asking for. Varam deva moksham na moksha vadim va nachanya praniham varisha. Idam teva purnatha gopala balam. Give me this remembrance of Gopal Bal. Always. Don't give me any other liberation, etc. Bhaktir jitatvam. He is conquered by bhakti. And what is the foremost amongst the bhakti? Starts with Shravanam Kirtanam. Ata Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta na bhaved grahit indriya. The word graha is used here. The verse starts with Grahyamanais tvam agrayo. You are not confined to this, And yesterday also we were talking about one of the meanings of Damodar is basically he is not known. He is not known to those who are, therefore, those who are trapped by a bodily material qualities can understand you. So basically the meaning is it's like a question mark, like they can't really understand. So who can understand? Who can understand? Only devotees can understand. Not by those who are trapped in the bodily qualities. Not by those whose mind and senses are not conquered. Like Damodar, Dam means senses, or controlled. So we were talking about this. Ata Śrī Caitanya na bhaved grahit indriya. Indriyo se grahan nahi kar sakte. It is adhokshaja, which means he cannot be perceived by direct sense perception. We cannot perceive like, it's not like a material thing. How can we perceive? Sevon mukhe hi jivado. Jeev se seva karni hai. Jeev se seva. Jeev se seva means moving our lips to chant Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Swayam is Spurtiyada, Swayam. Then one will feel for oneself. In the advanced stages, as Śrīla Rupa Goswami, the holy name dances. Krishna is dancing on the tongue of the chanter. So one can feel for oneself, like one eats food. If let's say, Lakshya Prabhu is hungry and then his mother cooks nice prasadam, then the mother does not need to ask, hey, give me a certificate that, or give me a receipt that you are now satisfied, and give me a certificate. Write in, you have to write. It's kind of self-perceivable. Rajavidya Rajguyam Pavitram Idamuttam Pratyaksha Vagamam Dharmyam Susukham Kartuma. Pratyaksha. That's the link here. Swayam eva spurtiyada. So Swayam, one can perceive, one can feel for oneself. Pratyakshava. Pratyaksha means again, one can feel for oneself. Can anyone share some examples, some experience, something in their life that they can feel for themselves? A big change or something they feel. You don't have to, honestly, like a considerable change you can feel for yourself prior to coming to Krishna consciousness. I mean, a good change, hopefully. and now, like after, right? Pre-bhakti and post-bhakti, or like during the course, we are not done with our bhakti, and bhakti is a journey. Can anyone like feel or share one example from their actual lives? Like a good example, which is perceivable? self-perceivable.
Prabhu,
Is anyone?
so we do bhakti, and what example do you need? That we get what?
Like a good change which they perceived in their life
Oh,
prior to coming to Krishna consciousness. Some are like more gross changes, like giving up alcohol, giving up drugs and stuff like that. Some are more like quality of life, or quality of relationships and stuff like that.
so auspicious things happen. Earlier I used to plan a lot, but things wouldn't even come to that stage. But now I don't plan, but auspicious or good things come their own accord. That would be my one.
Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you. Sudhir Prabhu wanted to share.
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yeah, I used to get, excited or like angry, a lot especially with family members sometimes, most of the times I would say. But now, I can easily see that change within myself. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Nandini Mataji, Sudhir Prabhu, for sharing. I'm sure all of us have examples, or yes, Devaki Mataji, or wanted to say
Krishna
something.
Prabhuji.
Please.
Hare Krishna. What I feel is that in my everyday life there is Krishna. He is guiding me step by step. I think it's not my own decision. Whatever I do, I think it is Krishna doing that for me. This is what I feel, Prabhu. Sometimes I want to make donations. I don't know how to send. Via whom? With whom? But immediately I can find someone in front of me. Or if I need money, I say, oh, my money is blocked. How can I send this? But I can see someone coming with the money himself. So I think in every step, Krishna is with me because he knows that I can't go out. And most of the time at home. So he's guiding me step by step. That is sure. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Very nice. Excellent. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, Vikant Prabhu also wants to share. Please.
Yes, Prabhuji. One thing which I want to share is the priority, Prabhuji, for me. Before it was like, I used to offer my prayers, but it wasn't one of the top of list, which I wanted to do with utmost sincerity. But as I started to look deeper with all devotees' help, that became my top of list, in the sense where if I do something to either to chant or to read, to know something about Govinda and about the devotees, that became top of my priority, in the sense like sincerity has been grown that topic, Prabhuji, for me. Thank you, Prabhuji.
All of your nice reflections reminded me of a verse which we discussed in a few weeks back in Fort Lauderdale, and I was there. I'd like to bring it to everyone's attention. Very, very beautiful verse from Canto 8, Chapter 5, Text 47. Let's read that. Fits very well in this connection. So Shilpa Mataji, you want to read this? Are you in a position? Devaki Mataji, you want to read?
Prabhu, I'll try. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yeah. Is it the one? Text 4, Prabhuji?
Do you see my screen, please?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Klesha buri alpa sharani karmani viphalani va dihina vishayatanam na tathai varpitam tvai. Translation, please. I can't see, Prabhu, please go. Thank you. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki jai. Karmis are always anxious to accumulate wealth for their sense gratification. But for that purpose, they must work very hard. Yet, even though they work hard, the results are not satisfying. Indeed, sometimes their work results only in frustration. But devotees who have dedicated their lives to the service of the Lord can achieve substantial results without working very hard. These results exceed the devotees' expectations.
How many of you feel it? I'll just read the translation. Thank you, Mata.
Okay.
Anyone feels it like before and after? Right?
That's true.
So let's try to maybe analyze this in a table. So what's basically mentioned here? Klesha Bhuri. Klesha Bhuri. So on one side, we have devotees. And then we have materialists or non-devotees. Materialists, non-devotees. So what they have to do? Little endeavor, great result. Right? The Sanskrit words are, let's write this. The lot of endeavor, little result, or no result practically. Klesha, Klesh itna hai, Klesh bhuri, bhuri bhuri. Alpasarani, sar means essence. Milta hai, like very little, alpasarani. Right? That's the verse 8.5.47. And this is prior to the Samudra Manthan pastime. The demigods were also there. The demons were also there. Right? Both were there. Both did work. Both were in the same place. Both were trying to get the nectar. But one got failure, the other got nectar. Why? Because Krishna is on the side of his devotees. Or Vishnu Bhakta Smrita Deva Viparita Asura. Asura are the opposite. They don't remember Krishna. They don't do bhakti to Krishna. And therefore, they get no result. What do they get? Klesha. Let's see this meaning. Word to word. Klesha bhuri. Bhuri bhuri klesh milta hai. Very much hardship. Very much difficult. Alpasarani. Very little sar. Sar means good result. Oops. कर्मानि विफलानि वा. सारे कर्म भी उनके विफल हो जाते हैं, सफल नहीं होते. सफल means success, विफल means failure, opposite of सफल. देहिनाम विषय आर्तानाम. किसके? Those people who are embodied, those people, देह, जो विषय में डूबे हुए हैं, those who are eager to enjoy the material world. Vishayartana. Na. Na. Na means no. Na. Tathaiva. Tathaiva. Arpitam tvai. But those who are engaged, who are doing arpana, those who are dedicating their lives, their body, their mind unto you, na. That means these things don't apply to them. So what happens? Opposite happens. Alpa klesha bhuri sarini. Did you get this a little bit Sanskrit like twist here? So for devotees, very little work, lot of result. For non-devotees, lot of hard work, very little result. In the next verse also, you can just read the verse. Activities dedicated to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even if performed in a small measure, will never go in vain. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, being the Supreme Father, is naturally very dear and always ready to act for the good of the living entities. Who can tell a very similar verse from Bhagavad Gita which talks about this first line? Very, very like almost like ditto. Who all know this verse? Okay, Sudhir Prabhu knows. Who else knows? Maybe Sudhir Prabhu can tell. Yeah, yes, please recite that verse.
I
Prabhuji.
think Neha Vikrama Nashosti Pratyavayo na vidyate Swalpam Apyasya Dharmasya Trayate Matobhaya. Is that one?
Very nice. Very nice. Which is the number? What's the number?
Second chapter. Sorry, probably I don't remember the number.
It's okay. You have
The
to
verse-
quote like a lawyer. Prabhupada said you have to quote like lawyers. It's 2.40. But good. At least you remember the verse. Very nice. So very, very similar verse from Bhagavad Gita also. So I think it just came to my mind as all of you were sharing your experiences and realizations. But again, let's come back to the Bhagavatam, the text number 32, which we were reading, that it all begins with Sevan mukhehi jivado swayame spurti adaha. So when we chant the holy names, that was if we complete that loop, then we can start to experience the divine, the divinity, the good changes in our own lives. We can feel it for oneself. We can experience. And there are so many stories in this connection. I was at Farmington a few months back, maybe last month, yeah. Because Yugal Kishore Prabhu shared a story about His Holiness Tamal Krishna Maharaj in his Bhagavatam class. There was a person, I'm not going in detail, it's a very long story, but the essence is there was a person who was, suing devotees they were making noises and kirtan and this and that. He didn't like all that stuff. Like subah sham bajate rehte hain, gaate rehte hain, nachte rehte, tang kar diya. They're like, I'm tired, I'm sick of them. So he was very like big industrialist, big businessman, multi-millionaire. And he basically made few cases that these people have actually sitting on my property. It was not his property, but you can always make a case in the court. And then, devotees have to struggle and, So basically one day Maharaj called and said that it was not his property, it was devotees' property. I mean, they were not illegally living there, but this person just put this case. And fighting court cases is no easy thing, especially in this country. So Maharaj called and he said, 2 months. 2 months, you come to temple, you participate in our programs, take nice prasad every day, 3 times a day. You come, be around with devotees. If you still feel, and yeah, he had a lot of this, health issues, anxiety, depression, mental stress, this and so much stress, Wealth doesn't, money cannot buy health. Money can buy medicines, but not health. So he had a lot of, those issues. He said, you just come 2 months and we give you in writing that all your health issues will be gone. You don't have to do anything. Do means like you don't have to pay us anything. We're not asking you money. Will any doctor guarantee this? No. Right? Can any doctor guarantee this? That you take my program for 2 months, and even if they may be selling something which could be like $20,000 or a big amount, and still, like trying to sell. But what did Maharaj say? No, you don't have to give a penny. Just take selflessly. We are here to give. We're not here to take. That's the beauty of, ISKCON. Prabhupada said, I have not come here to beg. I've come here to give. That's a mood of, our preaching movement. Yes, sometimes just to help others, right? So the point is, yes, he said, okay, if in 2 months, all these your health issues don't improve, health like mental, physical issues, we will leave this place. Imagine, we will leave this place. That he said, done. For him, it's a win-win, right? If he comes and his health improves, for decades he was having this problem, you don't have to pay anything. But if it does not happen, he is kind of feeling tired or bored or upset with this noise, and then noise will be gone. 2 months, okay, I can manage. And guess what? A little progress on this path can save one from the greatest danger. What to speak of a person who is for 2 months trying. Saints become swindlers. Lavamatra sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hoy. Sorry, swindlers become saints, my bad. Swindlers or cheaters can, there are a lot of cases like that. Like some dacoits entered the Sankirtan party. They went to the temple and everything. And then to save themselves from the police, right? They stole something, entered the Sankirtan party to save themselves from the police, and they happened to go to the temple. And after 2 months, they said, Baba, I am a thief. He said, don't worry, now you have joined the transcendental thief gang. Krishna is the Makhan Chor. Chaurashtakam, Chauragraganyam Purusham Namah. My wife was telling me that she went to Vrindavan and she and her friend was going to a boat ride in, Yamuna Devi. And there was a, like elderly Uncle Ji, like fatherly figure, maybe in his 60s or Brajavasi. And that other lady with my wife, the other devotee, Mataji, she was a local resident of Vrindavan. So they must have asked, how much would you charge us for the boat? And he must have said some amount, I don't know all that. And then he said, Aap hame loot rahe ho. You are charging us too much. You are basically and then he sweetly said, this is a land of luteras. This is a place of lutero ka shahar hai. Vrindavan is of Krishna. Really like a humorous way. So anyways, the point was that, after 2 months, his, all his health issues were gone. It's a real story. So many such examples are there. And he later on became a nice devotee and good supporter and took his complaints back and everything. Hare Krishna. Any other comments, questions, thoughts anyone has? So we memorize this verse, Krishna Krishna Mahayogins Tvam Adya Purusha Paraha. This is text 29. Vyakta avyaktam idam rupam idam vishwam rupam te brahmana viduhu. So those who like can try to memorize this nice prayer of Nalkuvir and Manigriva. We will continue more prayers tomorrow. And We have a few verses, so it may take maybe 2-3 sessions. Any last comments before we wrap up? Grantaraj, Srimad, yeah, please.
Sorry, Prabhuji, excuse me. The text Klesha Bhuri, it was from Bhagavatam.
Yes, 8.5.47.
Okay, Prabhu, thank you so much.
Did you like it?
Yes, Prabhuji, I do. Thank you so much.
I also liked it. It's like, like that's what it's called, basically falling in love with the verse. And then when we like it, then we'll share with some people. It will go deeper. And yeah, then we can try to remember a few words. Klesha, Bhuri, Klesha. What is Klesha? What is Bhuri? Bhuri, Bhuri, Pranam. Bhuri, Bhuri, Prashansa. Alpa, we all know. Alpahar, which I don't do. But at least we know the word. So anything? Yeah, I think Pradeep, Prabhu, sorry, I'm not able to recall your initial name. You were asking something, or you wanted to say something? Would you wanted to say, Mata, something?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. No, he don't want to say something, Prabhuji. Actually, he has some hearing problem. No? That's why he's saying to me that I'm not saying anything.
Oh, okay. No worries. No worries. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Grantaraj, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaur Bhaktavinda ki jai, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyo Hari Bol, thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.